opposition part. So now Uddhavji is remembering those who were on the battlefield. What to speak of those others? Those who were Viraha, those who were courageous fighters. So what was their good fortune? Ya ahave Krishna mukhara vindam. Even though they were on the opposite side of Krishna, but still on the battlefield, even after being on the opposite side of Krishna, they were able to gaze or they were able to see the Mukharavindam. Arvindam is lotus-like and Mukha means the face of whom? Krishna. Lotus-like face of Krishna, they were able to constantly see. And Netre Pivanto Nayanabhiramam. They were able to see the not just the face of the Lord, through their eyes, they were constantly drinking the beauty, Nayana Bhiramam, the most pleasing, soothing form, the Rupam of the Supreme Lord. And at the same time, Partha Astra Putaha, they were being shot by the arrows of Partha, Arjuna. And Puta means being purified. What is mentioned here is Puta, yes, purified. So while they were gazing at the divine form, the lotus-like face of the Supreme Lord, their eyes were drinking the beauty of the Supreme Lord. At the same time, they were being hit by the arrows of Arjuna. And being hit by the arrows of Arjuna, the blood was oozing out, and that was their purification. Parthastra puta padam apurasyaha. Certainly others who were fighters on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Two categories of enemies are being described here. One was those who were compared to Shishupal and Kamsaha. And these are the ordinary soldiers who were there on the battlefield, who are on the side of the Kauravas. So those who were fighters on the battlefield of Kurukshetra were purified by the onslaught of Arjuna's arrows. While seeing the lotus-like face of Krishna, so pleasing to the eyes, they achieved the abode of the Lord. So that was their greatest fortune. Yet although they were on the opposing side, they were trying to harm or kill Krishna and his uh, fellow partymen. But still, because they had audience of the Supreme Lord, they achieved spiritual destination. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna, appears in this world for two missionary purposes: to deliver the faithful, paritranaya sadhunam, and to annihilate the miscreants, vinashaya cha dushkitam. Because the Lord is absolute, his two different kinds of actions, although apparently different, are ultimately one and the same. His annihilation of a person like Shishupal is as auspicious as his actions for the protection of the faithful. All the warriors who fought against Arjuna, but who are able to see the lotus-like face of the Lord on the battlefield, achieved the abode of the Lord, exactly as the devotees of the Lord do. Very significant. Twice Prabhupada is writing here. Even in the translation, Prabhupada said they achieved the abode of the Lord, and even in the purport, Prabhupada is saying that they achieved the abode of the Lord. Exactly as the devotees of the Lord do. The word pleasing to the eyes of the seer are very significant. Nayanabhirama. When the warrior from the other side of the battlefield saw Lord Krishna at the front, they appreciated his beauty. And the dormant instinct of love of God was awakened. Shishupal saw the Lord also, but he saw him as his enemy, and his love was not awakened. This is the difference. Therefore, Shishupal achieved oneness with the Lord by merging in the impersonal glare of his body called the Brahmajyoti. Others who were in marginal position, being neither friend nor enemies, but slightly in love of Godhead by appreciating the beauty of his face, were at once promoted to the spiritual planet, the Vaikuntha's. The Lord's person abode is called Golok Vrindavan, and the abodes where his planetary expansions reside are called the Vaikuntha's, where the Lord is present as Narayana. Love of Godhead is dormant in every living entity, and the entire process of devotional service unto the Lord is meant for awakening the dormant eternal love of Godhead. But there are degrees of such transcendental awakenings. Those whose love for God is awakened to the fullest extent go back to the Golok Vrindavan planet in the spiritual sky. Whereas persons who have just awakened to love of Godhead by accident or association are transferred to the Vaikuntha planets. Especially, there is no material difference between Golok and Vaikuntha. But in Vaikuntha, the Lord is served in unlimited opulence, whereas in Golok, the Lord is served in natural affection, Aishwarya and Madhurya. This love of God is awakened by the association of pure devotees of the Lord. Here the word Parth Astra Putaha is significant. Those who saw the beautiful face of the Lord on the battlefield of Kurukshetra were purified first by Arjuna when he made his onslaught with arrows. The Lord appeared for the mission of diminishing the burden of the world. And Arjuna was assisting the Lord by fighting on his behalf. Arjuna personally declined to fight, and the whole instructions of the Bhagavad Gita was given to Arjuna to engage him in the fight. As a pure devotee of the Lord, Arjuna agreed to fight in preference to his own decision. And thus Arjuna fought to assist the Lord in his mission of diminishing the burden of the world. All the activities of a pure devotee are executed on behalf of the Lord, because the pure devotee of the Lord has nothing to do with his personal interest. Arjuna's killing was as good as killing by the Lord himself. As soon as Arjuna shot an arrow at the enemy, that enemy became purified of all material contaminations and became eligible to be transferred to the spiritual sky. देखिए, those warriors who appreciated the lotus feet of the Lord and saw his face at the front had their dormant love of God awakened, and thus they were transferred at once to the Vaikuntha lokas, not to the impersonal state of the Brahmajyoti, as was Shishupal. Shishupal died without appreciating the Lord, while others died while appreciation of the Lord. Both were transferred to the spiritual sky, but those who awakened to love of God were transferred to the planets of the transcendental sky. Uddhav seemingly lamented that his own position was less than that of the warriors on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, because they had attained to Vaikuntha, whereas he remained to lament the disappearance of the Lord. स्वयं तो असम्या अतिशया त्रियाधीशा स्वराज्य लक्ष्मी आप्त समस्त कामा बलिम हराद्वेश्चिरलोकपाले किरीट Kirita Kotyadita Padapitaha. Lord Sri Krishna is the Lord of all kinds of the threes and is independently supreme by achievement of all kinds of fortune. He is worshipped by the eternal maintainers of the creation who offers him a paraphernalia of worship by touching their millions of helmets at his feet. It's talking about the great controllers. Lord Sri Krishna is so mild and merciful as described in the above verses. And yet he is the Lord of all kinds of three. These three are the three Purushas. He is the supreme Lord of the three world. Okay. The three qualities of material nature and the three Purushas, Karnodakshai, Garbhodakshai, and Shirodakshai Vishnu. There are innumerable universes, and in each and every universe, there are different manifestations of Brahma, Vishnu, and Rudra. Beside that, there is Sheshamurti, who bears all the universes on his hoods. And Lord Krishna is the Lord of all of them. As the incarnation of Manu, he is the original source of all Manus in innumerable universes. Each universe has manifestations of 504,000 Manus. He is the Lord of the three principal potencies, namely Chit Shakti, Maya Shakti, and Tatastha Shakti. And he is the complete master of six kinds of fortune: wealth, strength, fame, beauty, knowledge, and renunciation. There is none who can excel him in any matter of enjoyment. And certainly there is no one greater than him, nor equal to him, or greater than him. Asam Urdhava. Krishna is Asama Urdhava. No one is equal. Of course, no one is higher. It is a duty of everyone, however, and wherever one may be, to surrender completely unto him. It is not wonderful, therefore, that all the transcendental controllers surrender to him and make all offerings of worship. Any questions so far? Should I continue? The beautiful verse is speaking that what great fortune was there for those who were even on the opposite side, the ordinary soldiers. They were drinking the nectar of the transcendental form of the Lord. Okay, we proceed. Tattasya kenkaryam alambritanno viglapatya viglapatya angayat ugrasenam tishtam nishinan parmeshtidhishnye न्याबोधया देव nidhareti. Therefore, O Vidura, does it not pain us, his servitors? Kenkaryam. Very beautiful words. Kenkaryam. Normally, this is used in the Sri Sampradaya. You went to Tirupati, South India. This word is everywhere used in the Sri Sampradaya. Kenkaryam. Therefore, O Vidura, does it not pain us, his servitors, when we remember that he, Lord Krishna, used to stand before King Ugrasen, who was sitting on the royal throne, and submit explanations before him, saying, "O my Lord, please let it be known to you." Lord Krishna's gentle behavior before his so called superiors, such as his father, grandfather, and elder brother, his amiable behavior with his so called wives, friends, and contemporaries, his behavior as a child before his mother, Yashoda, and his naughty dealings with his young girlfriends cannot bewilder a pure devotee like Uddhava. Others who are not devotees are bewildered by such behavior of the Lord, who acted just like a human being. This bewilderment is explained by the Lord Himself in the Bhagavad Gita 9:11 as follows: Avajananti mudha manushim tanumashita param bhavam majananto mama bhuta maheshwaram. Persons with poor fund of knowledge belittle the personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna, not knowing his exalted position as the Lord of everything. In the Bhagavad Gita, the Lord has explained his position clearly. But the demoniac atheistic students squeeze out an interpretation. Sorry. Persons with poor fund of knowledge belittle the personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna, not knowing his exalted position as the Lord of everything. In the Bhagavad Gita, the Lord has explained his position clearly. But the demonic atheistic student squeezes out an interpretation to suit his own purpose and mislead unfortunate followers into the same mentality. Such unfortunate persons really pick up some slogans and from the great book of knowledge, but are unable to estimate the Lord as the supreme personality of Godhead. Pure devotees like Uddhav, however, are never misled by such atheistic opportunists. So there is constant remembrance, and the remembrance is in the form of glorification. This is very, very beautiful verse, very important verse, very famous verse to memorize. All of you, please try to memorize this verse. Aho bakiyam sthanakaalakutam jigam saya papayadapi sadhavi लेभे गतिम धात्री उचितम ततो अन्यम कम वा दयालुम शरणं व्रजेना कम वा दयालुम शरणं व्रजेना. It is saying aho 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 bato so aho bato so pachita gariya. Aho means that something which is very wonderful. What is the wonder? That Bakiyam, the sister of Bakasur, who came to kill Krishna, Putana, Aho Bakiyam. And what she did? Sthanakala Kutaham. In her breast, she smeared the poison of Kalput. And why it was so? Because of her envy. Her envy because Krishna will kill Bakasur. So Jigham Saya, because of her envy. And she came in the guise of a gopi. That is why it is mentioned that it is, although she came in a dress of a sadhvi, but she was a sadhvi. And what was the result? when she smeared the poison on her breast and she fed that poison in Krishna's mouth. Krishna not only sucked her breast, he sucked her life away and he killed her immediately. And not only killed her, he gave her a very big position. Lebhe gatim dhatri uchitam tatvanya. She got the same destination which any mother will get who is able to feed Krishna. Kamva dayalu sharanam rajena. Where we will find such a personality, such act of compassion. Alas, how shall I take shelter of one more merciful than him? Kamva dayalu. Lord Krishna, who granted the position of mother to the she-demon Putana. Lebhe gatim dhatri, like the position of a dhatri. The she-demon Putana, although she was faithless and had prepared deadly poison to be sucked from her breast. Okay, एक बार और बोल रहा हूँ, हाँ ध्यान से सुनो और फिर आप लोग प्रैक्टिस करना. अहो बकीयम स्तन कालकूटम जिघांसयापपायादपि असाध्वी लेभे गतिं धात्री उच्चितं ततोऽन्यं कं वा दयालुं शरणं व्रजेन कं वा दयालुं शरणं व्रजेन. Here is the example of the extreme mercy of the Lord. Even to his enemy, it is said that a noble man accepts the good qualities of a person of doubtful character. Just as one accepts nectar from stalk of poison. In his babyhood, he was administered deadly poison by Putana, a she-demon, who tried to kill the wonderful baby. What was the day? How old was Krishna when Putana came to kill? Manoram Prabhu?
I think around 7 days. Exact.
7 days.
It is within a month.
Hmm?
It is within a month, Prabhuji.
Month has how many days?
30.
Then you are not clear. Pradeep?
Prabhuji, on the Nanda Mahotsav.
Nand Mahotsav is when? Nand Mahotsav is next day. Nandotsav. We will get as many persons, as many answers. Pranab, what was the day?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. I don't know exactly. I guess it is third day for Krishna's birth.
Everyone is having his own speculation. Purushottam,
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Sixth day.
which day?
Sixth day. Six.
Sixth day. What is it called?
Chati.
Yeah, छठी. छठी का दूध पिला देंगे. You have heard? छठी का दूध? That is Putana. Putanavad. भैया इतना तो कृष्ण लीला should be knowing. This was the first Asur, Nimon, who was killed by baby Krishna. He was administered deadly poison by Putna, the she-demon who tried to kill the wonderful baby. And because she was a demon, it was impossible for her to know that the Supreme Lord, even though playing the part of a baby, was no less than the Supreme Personality of Godhead. His value as the Supreme Lord did not diminish upon his becoming a baby to please his devotee Yashoda. The Lord may assume the form of a baby or a shape other than that of a human being. But it does not make the slightest difference. He is always the same Supreme. A living creature, however powerful he may become by dint of severe penance, can never become equal to the Supreme Lord. Lord Krishna accepted the motherhood of Putana because she pretended to be an affectionate mother. What is the most distinct quality of Krishna? The most distinct quality of Krishna? Amongst all the qualities of Krishna, which quality is very, very extraordinary? Hmm? माने नहीं माता जी
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी दंडवत प्रणाम प्रभु
धन्यवाद
जी दया वत्सल दयालु
सॉरी दोबारा बोलिए
प्रभु जी दयालु बहुत है दया वत्सल
दया वत्सल नहीं है Who knows? रविंदर
प्रभु जी भक्तवत्सल
या भक्त वत्सल and also another is his bhavgrahi मिस है ना that Krishna accepts the bhava that if we have good intention Krishna accepts that intention and gives the advantage but what is the bhava of Putana? What is the bhava of Putana? बोलो I am asking you Ravinder Prabhu
प्रभु जी वो तो मारना चाह रही थी वो
मारने कैसे थे मारने आई और कौन सा जहर लेके कालकूटम सबसे ऐसा जहर कि अगर बस टच भी हो जाए टंग पे तो समाप्त तो कृष्णा इज भावग्राही तो ये क्या है कृष्णा इज भावग्राही कृष्णा इज सारग्राही तो व्हाट इज पुत्र देन लेभे गतिम धात्री उच्चितम ततो अन्यम अहो बकीयम स्तन कालकूटम दिस इज द भावा और द सारा but what is the destination lebhe gatim dhatri uchitam tato anyam he gave her the same destination as he would give to his mother those who are feeding him nursing him kamva dayalu that is why Uddhava is crying kamva dayalum sharanam vrajema where will anyone find such a merciful personality in spite of the intent to come and kill the Supreme Lord gave her the highest destination because she imitated the role of his dear devotee Yashoda. So anyone who is even giving any abhas of his pure devotee, Krishna will deliver him, give him the highest destination. That Krishna accepted the motherhood of Putana because she pretended to be an affectionate mother. Although she was not having the bhava of mother, she was having the bhava of killer, allowing Krishna to suck her breast. The Lord accepts the least qualification of the living entity and awards him the highest reward. Very beautiful statement. The Lord accepts the least qualification of the living entity and awards him the highest reward. That is the standard of his character. So think about those who are dedicated to serve him with their hearts, what Krishna will bestow them, what benefit Krishna will give to them. Even to Putana he gave such a benefit. So what will be the destination of those who are willingly, lovingly serving him all the day, all the time? What will be their good fortune? Very important. Prabhupada is saying Krishna accepts the least qualification and gives them the highest reward. So never ever we should feel discouraged in our practice of devotional service. And we need not be influenced by what others are speaking. Because this principle is there with every devotee. That Krishna will accept the least qualification and give him the highest reward. Never ever we should feel low or morose in practice of bhakti, and never ever our spirit should become dampened. If Putana gets such a destination, if Putana gets such a fortune, what to speak of those who are dedicated to him? Therefore, who but the Lord can be the ultimate shelter? Kamva dayalum sharanam brajena. Okay, I'll take one more verse. Manne asuran bhagavatam stradashe samarambha marga abhinivishta chittan ye asamyuge achakashat tarkya putram हमसे सुनाभा आयुधम apatantam. I consider the demons who are inimical towards the Lord to be more than the devotees. I consider the demons who are inimical towards the Lord to be more than the devotees, because while fighting with the Lord, absorbed in thought of enmity, they were able to see the Lord carried on the shoulder of Garuda, the son of Kashyap, and carrying the wheel upon his hand. There's that one beautiful song by one Acharya. He is also echoing the same sentiment. Anyone remembers? He is also saying the same sentiment. Anyone remembers, please? Very famous song. He is also saying the statement. A famous song you have sung many sides. Don't remember this song. The Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur song. Gopinath, Ami ki doshe doshi, Asura sakala, Pailo charana, Vinoda thakilo bosi. Asura sakala, Pailo charan. Ami ki doshe doshi. What is my fault? When you have granted your lotus feet even to the most demoniacs. So why I am being left out? Hare Krishna. So yeah, Uddhavji is giving the same feelings. That I consider the demons who are inimical towards the Lord to be more than the devotees. Because while fighting with the Lord absorbed in thought of enmity, they were able to see the Lord carried on the shoulder of Garuda. And they attained the transcendental abode, the abode of the Supreme Lord. The Asuras who fought against the Lord face to face got salvation due to their being killed by the Lord. This salvation of the demon is not due to their being devotees of the Lord. They don't deserve. It is because of the Lord's causeless mercy. Anyone who is slightly in touch with the Lord, Prabhupada's purport, slightly in touch with the Lord, somehow or other, is greatly benefited, even to the point of salvation, due to the excellence of the Lord. He is so kind that he awards salvation even to his enemies because they come into contact with him and are indirectly absorbed in him by their inimical thoughts. Actually, the demons can never be equal to the pure devotees. But Uddhav was thinking in that way because of his feelings of separation. Ami ki doshe, doshi. Same feeling he is having. He was thinking that at the last stage of his life, he might not be able to see the Lord face to face, as did the demons. The fact is that the devotee who are always engaged in the devotional service of the Lord in transcendental love are rewarded many hundreds and thousands of times more than the demons by being elevated to the spiritual planets, where they remain with the Lord in eternal blissful existence. The demons and impersonalists are awarded the facility of merging into the Brahmajyoti effulgence of the Lord, whereas the devotees are admitted into the spiritual planets. For comparison, one can just imagine the difference between floating in space and residing in one of the planets in the sky. The pleasure of the living entities on the planet is greater than that of those who have nobody and who are merged with the molecules of the sun rays. The impersonalists, therefore, are no more favored than the enemies of the Lord. Rather, they are both on the same level of spiritual salvation. Okay. So I'll stop here. Very beautiful verse. Aho Bakim. Very famous verse. Also, this verse is very beautiful. The verse number 20. Netre pribanto naina bhina. And parthastra puta padam apura asya. Hare Krishna. Now, it is your turn to speak. So far I was speaking and you were hearing. Now you may give me some opportunity to hear. बोलिए. Yes, Ramya.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Prabhuji, in 21 verse, it is written that each universe has manifestation of 504,000 monos. So,
Yes, that figure was there. Actually, everything three is being mentioned in this verse. And it is said that no one is equal to him or greater than him. And he is Tridhishaha. So he is the master of all three types of potencies, three pairs of opulences, Purusha avatars, Guna avatars, three modes, three worlds. He is supremely independent and all his desires are fulfilled as the husband of the goddess of fortune. Let me see the verse once again. This is okay. Kirita Kotyadita Padapitaha Balam Haradbhischiralokapalaha. He is worshipped by the eternal maintainers of the creation, that is Vishnu, who offer him paraphernalia of worship by touching there are millions of helmets to his feet. It is both Vishnu and Brahma. Okay. So this is what Prabhupada is explaining. As the incarnation of Manu, he is the original source of all Manus in innumerable universes. Okay. Of course, he is the source of all Manus. Each universe has manifestations of 504,000 Manus. How this figure has come, I don't know. But normally what we see, that in a day of Brahma, there are 14 Manus. So you divide this 504,000 by 14 and see what figure comes. So many days of Brahma. Prabhupada is saying each universe has manifestations of 504,000 Manus. 1 second. It should be from some of the acharyas. 1 second.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Prabhuji, as Brahma lives for 100 years, so if we count 100 years, the days into 14, we may get this number.
Come again.
Prabhuji,
That is
100 years
100
जितना
years
भी होगा
na. So
into 14 करेंगे तो
this is 1 day, Baba. In 1 year there is not only 1 day, na. In 1 year there are 365 days. As per earthly calculations. So 1000 into 14 is 504. No. What is your logic? What you are trying to explain?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, as 1 year is 365 days, so
Yes.
in that way 100 years is equal to 36500 days. Into 14 करने पर क्या ये नंबर मिलेगा?
ये नंबर कहाँ मिलेगा? वो नंबर तो बहुत बड़ा हो जाएगा. Oh, okay, okay. There is one. In the Acharya commentary, it is saying, his paraphernalia of worship, okay, he is worshipped by the eternal maintainers of the creation. So, eternal maintainers of the creation is Lord Vishnu, who offer him the paraphernalia of worship by touching their millions of helmets at his feet. And further it is said, his feet are praised by the sound of 10 million crowns of the Devatas, offering respects while presenting gifts. His feet are praised by 10 million crowns of long-lasting protectors of the directions. By Brahmas acting as creators in 10 million universes. By Vishnu protecting the universes and by Shiva destroying the universes and Shesha holding up the sound of the crowns when they offer respect is the praise. 1 second. Then this is it. It is saying each universe has manifestations of 504,000 Manus. I don't know. I'm not clear from where this figure has come. Acharya commentary is saying that millions of helmets. There are So many Brahmas. Okay, yes, Ravindra Prabhu.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी।
Hare
तो
Krishna.
जब जय विजय को श्राप दिए थे चतुष्कुमार, तो
हाँ।
उनको बोला था कि आपको जल्दी चाहिए या मतलब भगवान के धाम में आना है या लेट में आना है, तो उन्होंने बोला हमें थ्री टाइम्स जो है वही दे दीजिए।
हाँ, दो ऑप्शन था। हाँ, एक था कि मोर नंबर ऑफ बर्थ्स एंड मोर डिले। सेकंड वाज लेस नंबर ऑफ बर्थ एंड क्विक रिटर्न। ठीक है।
तो उसमें से जो तीन उनका बर्थ था, एक तो था, एक में हिरण्याक्ष हिरण्यकशिप,
हम्म।
दूसरा है रावण कुंभकर्ण, एंड थर्ड वन इज शिशुपाल एंड दंतवक्र।
यस, करेक्ट।
तो यहाँ पे लिखा हुआ है शिशुपाल, जब ये तीनों होने के बाद तो भगवान का धाम जाएगा ना, इसमें ब्रह्म ज्योति में क्यों लिखा हुआ है?
हम्म, बढ़िया प्रश्न है। तो क्या लिखा है भगवान ने? बहुत अच्छा प्रश्न है आपका। जाएगा। ब्रह्म ज्योति से कुछ एक्सेप्शनल केस भी होते हैं जो आगे चले जाते हैं। मैक्सिमम तो गिर जाते हैं। जितने इम्पर्सनलिस्ट होते हैं वो सब गिर जाते हैं। लेकिन जो स्पेशल केस है ना, ये तो स्पेशल केस है, वो स्पेशल केस आगे चले जाते हैं। आपने देखा 3 टायर से किसी को एसी में जाते हुए? देखा है, नहीं देखा है? अरे बोलो।
हरे कृष्णा।
हाँ, हरे कृष्णा, बोलो। कभी कभी टीटी करता है ना, 3 टायर वाले को बोलता है चलो तुमको एसी में बर्थ मिल गया है,
जी
ऑटोमेटिक,
जी
बिना
प्रभु जी।
पैसे दिए हुए।
जी।
सबको मिलता है क्या?
नहीं,
जितना
वो तो बाई
ट्रेवल
चांस,
करते हैं। हाँ।
बाई चांस वो कभी कभी।
एक्सेप्शन। बिल्कुल, एक एक कोई एक्सेप्शन। तो ये एक्सेप्शन है। एक्चुअली जो इम्पर्सनलिस्ट हैं उनको वो बर्थ नहीं मिलता है। लेकिन जो डिवोटी अगर गलती से पहुंच गए ब्रह्म ज्योति में तो मिल जाएगा। भगवान छोड़ेंगे नहीं ना। क्या लॉजिक है? सेंटिमेंट से बोल रहा हूँ या इसके पीछे कोई प्रिंसिपल है? बताओ, प्रिंसिपल क्या है? आज डिस्कस किया हमने वो प्रिंसिपल। Who will explain what is the principle? How this happens? वर्स में भी है और परपोर्ट में भी है। बताओ प्रणब, व्हाट इज द प्रिंसिपल?
Sorry, Prabhuji, I could not hear actually. I was calculating that figure, how it came.
Did you not hear Ravindra Prabhu's question?
Yes, Prabhuji, question I heard.
And I
But I,
gave the answer also, that how it was possible. That you did not hear.
I get that calculation near close to that figure.
Calculation, why to waste my time in calculation? Calculation should calculate how we can reach there. By solving that puzzle, we will not reach there. By following the principle, we can reach there. What is the principle? बोलो मानिनी माता जी, क्या सिद्धांत है?
तो कुछ
वो
मतलब
वो अपग्रेड हो जाएगा, वो स्लीपर क्लास से भी एसी में पहुंच जाएगा। क्या सिद्धांत है?
मोर मर्सीफुल है लॉर्ड अपने डिवोटी के लिए।
वो तो है ही है। तो मोर मर्सीफुल है, तो फिर सारे असुरों को क्यों उन्होंने ब्रह्म ज्योति दिया? नहीं दिया ना अपना स्थान।
तो दिखाने के लिए कि जैसे बहुत सारे योगी
अरे
लोग।
ऐसे नहीं, सिद्धांत नहीं पकड़ में है, आपको समझ में नहीं आया, ध्यान से सुन नहीं रहे। हृदय नहीं लगा के सुन रहे। प्रदीप, डिड यू कैच द प्रिंसिपल?
Devotees are always engaged in loving devotional service of the Lord and remembering
अरे
also.
यार, वो तो पता है, दैट इज नॉट द प्रिंसिपल हियर। हाउ दिस प्रिंसिपल विल बी एप्लीकेबल हियर? प्रियंका, आप बताओ।
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji,
यस,
in Bhagavad Gita, it is stated that yam yam vapi smaram bhavam taijanti anta kalevaram. कि
तो दैट
अंत
इज,
समय पर
हाँ, वो भाव कहाँ था? वो तो खाली दे वर इन फ्रंट ऑफ कृष्णा ना, सो दे गॉट द एडवांटेज। दे वर नॉट हैविंग द रिमेम्बरेंस ऑफ कृष्णा, they happen to be in front of Krishna, and what is being mentioned here, that they were admiring the beauty of Krishna. Huh? Netra pibanti नयना भिराम। But what is the principle? Principle नहीं पकड़ा आप लोगों ने। प्रिंसिपल क्या बताया था? सारा कुछ तो तथ्य पकड़ना है ना। तत्व पकड़ लिया तो लीला समझ में आ जाएगी। तत्व नहीं समझ में आया तो लीला कभी समझ में नहीं आएगी। मनोराम,
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. One principle you told that he accept the intention, so they might have that intention, Prabhuji.
you are close but not clear. बोलो रमे।
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, in this verse, in the purport, Srila Prabhupada mentioned that before seeing the face, lotus face of the Lord, they were first face the arrow of Arjuna, and first they got the sight of Arjuna, who is a pure devotee of the Lord.
दे वर प्यूरिफाइड ना, क्योंकि अर्जुन ने क्या किया? उनका खून निकाल दिया। दिस इज, दे वर प्यूरिफाइड बाय द एरोस। एरो से क्या हुआ?
They
जितना
got
कंटामिनेशन था सब बाहर निकाल दिया। नहीं, वो नहीं प्रिंसिपल बोल रहे, यहाँ कुछ और प्रिंसिपल है। ये बताया तो था, प्रभुपाद जी परपुट में लिख रहे हैं। The Lord accepts the least of the qualification and gives them the highest reward, the highest benediction. So least qualification क्या है? वो असुर बने, लेकिन असुर क्यों बने? क्योंकि भगवान चाहते थे, भगवान चाहते थे। ये सारा जो ड्रामा हुआ, कुमार वहां गए and they got angry and they were stopped from getting in and they cursed, and Lord Vishnu comes and says, I will take this curse because I am responsible. So it was all to please the Lord. So what a qualification they had. But even if we do not have such qualification, but if we are following the orders and instructions of the spiritual master, we will receive the highest reward, the benediction. There is no doubt about it. The Lord will accept. अत्रि उच्चितम ततो अन्यम, जो श्लोक से है ना, he accepted her Putana as mother because she was playing the role of a mother. Mothers give the breast milk to the child, although she came to kill. So if a devotee, if he gets stuck in Brahmajyoti, but if he is following the parampara, Krishna will deliver him. Krishna will accept him in the spiritual planet. He will go further ahead. He will not fall down. But an impersonalist, he will fall down. Okay. So thank you very much. Okay, yes, Manoram Prabhu. Very good.
Prabhuji, actually,
Okay.
what Ramya Mataji asked, that answer I found from Srila Prabhupada's purport only, Prabhuji. It is there in one of the verse.
Yeah, please share.
It is given in 4:30:49. In the
Okay.
per part, Srila Prabhupada is given the calculation.
Okay. Please. Very good. There are 14 Manus in one day of Brahma. And in a year, there are 5040 Manus. Okay. Brahma has to live for 100 years. Consequently, the total Manus appearing in a life of Brahma is 504,000. This is the calculation of one universe, and there are innumerable. But see, tell me one thing. That one wait. Remain here. That there are 14 Manus in a day of Brahma. You divide 5040 5040 by 14. Does it come to 365? Let us see what is the number.
360 प्रभु जी
हाँ
360
360.
yes.
अच्छा चलो ठीक है, ले लेंगे. हो सकता है ब्रह्मा जी के ईयर में 360 ही दिन होते हैं. बट दिस इज द कैलकुलेशन. वेरी गुड. थैंक यू. इट इज सिंपल ना, सेम ही है. 360 कैसे होगा यार? 14 इंटू 12 इंटू 30 कितना होगा? 14 इंटू 30 इंटू 12. हाँ सही है. ऐसे देखो ना, अभी आ गया, बिल्कुल एग्जैक्ट आ गया. 14 Manus are there. In 1 month there are 30 days and there are 12 months in a year. ठीक है, तो 5040 हो गया. इंटू 100 तो एग्जैक्टली उतना ही आ गया. ठीक है बलराम प्रभु, थैंक यू वेरी मच. सिंपल था, एकदम सामने था, लेकिन नहीं दिख रहा था. मुझे यकीन नहीं हो रहा था कि इतना ही होगा. मुझे लगा बहुत बड़ा फिगर होगा. इतना ही है, वही है. 14 इंटू 30 इंटू 12 इंटू 100. हाँ मनोराम, एग्जैक्टली यही है ना.
Yes, Prabhuji.
थैंक यू वेरी मच फॉर शेयरिंग. श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्री प्रभुपाद की जय. आप सब आ रहे हैं ना सवेरे? हाँ, कम से कम 1 साल मेंटेन करिए. डोंट ड्रॉप डाउन. और रात में 10 बजे सो जाओ. अभी 9:25 हुआ है. किसको डिनर अभी करना बाकी है, जरा बताओ, हाथ उठाओ. देखिए कौन सा महानुभाव है अभी 9 9:30 बजे के बाद डिनर करेंगे. सही बताओ. छुपाओ मत. किसने डिनर नहीं किया है? बोलो बोलो, हाथ उठाओ. किसका डिनर बाकी है? प्रणव, यू हैव डन योर डिनर?
यस प्रभु जी.
एंड मानिनी माता जी?
जी प्रभु जी.
हाँ, तो बस सो जाओ. फिर किस लिए जगे हैं? फिर लोग 11 बजे तक क्यों जगे हैं? अभी कौन सा रात में कार्य हो रहा है? 10 बजे तक सोना अनिवार्य है. अगर नहीं सोएंगे तो कंटिन्यू नहीं कर पाएंगे. थोड़े दिनों में उखड़ जाएंगे. बार बार यही तो होता है. हाँ, सत्व गुण में आने के लिए जल्दी सो जाइए. हम लोग जाते हैं मायापुर, सो जाते हैं, नहीं सोते हैं? 9 बजे सो जाते हैं सब. 9 बजे भी क्या, 8:30 बजे ही सो जाते हैं. तो वही स्पिरिट रखिए. अच्छा, हम सोच रहे थे कि हम 13 को उधर रहेंगे एकादशी पे, तो हम लाइव टेलीकास्ट कर देंगे. आप लोग भी हमारे साथ ज्वाइन कर लीजिएगा 13 को एकादशी पे. चैंटिंग सेशन पुरुषोत्तम प्रभु के घर रखेंगे. ठीक है, फ्रॉम 10:30 या 11 टाइम दे देंगे जूम में. प्रदीप, फॉर यू, प्रणव, माननी माता जी एंड मनोराम प्रभु, यू विल नॉट बी देयर विद अस. सो 13th इज एकादशी. इट इज वर्किंग डे. सैटरडे है ना, छुट्टी है. 13th इज व्हाट? 13th आई थिंक इज मंडे.
yes प्रभु जी मंडे प्रभु जी.
मंडे है. अच्छा, मंडे. चलो देखना, वट एवर इज पॉसिबल. दैट डे वी विल ऑल ट्राई टू चैंट 64 राउंड्स in Vrindavan. So far we have been doing it only in Mayapur. This time we will try to do it in Vrindavan. So you also have this determination in your heart. This coming Ekadashi, try to chant as much as possible. थैंक यू वेरी मच। श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, निताई गौर प्रेमानंदी। हरि हरि बोल, हरे कृष्ण।